In the current consumer-driven society, the pressure to amass material belongings is overwhelming. We are constantly exposed to advertisements, social media influencers, and societal expectations that convey success as the sum of our possessions. However, there is an emerging personal finance approach gaining popularity: living as if you own nothing. Embracing a less is more mentality can free you from the burden of excess belongings, lower financial stress, and help you focus on what truly matters. In today's video, we'll dive into the principles of living as if you own nothing and how it can transform your financial life. This approach doesn't mean living in deprivation. It means redefining success and finding financial freedom by owning less. First, shift your mindset from ownership to access. The initial step in living as if you own nothing is to transition from an ownership-focused mindset to an access-focused one. We often believe that owning things brings control and security, but ownership also entails costs, maintenance, repairs, and even emotional attachment. Instead, focus on accessing what you need without the responsibility of long-term ownership. For example, rather than buying a car, consider using ride-sharing services, renting, or carpooling. Similarly, if you enjoy DIY projects or gardening, you could rent tools instead of buying them. This shift allows you to pay for only what you need when you need it, avoiding ownership's long-term costs. This mindset also applies to housing. Many view home ownership as the ultimate financial goal, but renting can provide flexibility and alleviate the financial burden of maintenance and property taxes. Renting can allow you to allocate more of your income to savings, investments, or experiences. Second, prioritize experiences over possessions. Living as if you own nothing encourages you to place experiences above material goods. Research shows that people who spend on experiences, like travel, hobbies, and time with loved ones, report greater happiness and satisfaction than those who spend on material items. Experiences build lasting memories and personal growth, while material goods often lose value and appeal over time. For instance, instead of spending on the latest gadgets, luxury items, or home decor, invest in experiences that bring you joy, such as a weekend getaway, a workshop, or quality family time. These experiences provide more enduring value than physical items that depreciate or become obsolete. Focusing on experiences also promotes savings. When not pursuing the next big purchase, financial priorities often shift to saving and investing for future experiences, creating a positive cycle of reduced spending and increased financial freedom. Third, simplify your living space. A fundamental part of living as if you own nothing is adopting a minimalist lifestyle, particularly with your living environment. Rather than filling your home with excessive furniture, decorations, and gadgets, aim for simplicity and functionality. A minimalist home is easier to maintain, less stressful, and more economical. Begin by decluttering your space, removing items you don't use or need, and avoid buying things solely because they're on sale or trendy. Consider the value each item adds to your life. If it doesn't serve a purpose, it's likely not worth keeping. Downsizing your living space is another option. A smaller home or apartment means lower rent, utility bills, and maintenance costs, while also encouraging you to be intentional about what you keep and use, aligning with the own-nothing philosophy. Smaller spaces also encourage spending more time outdoors or with friends, enriching life with experiences rather than possessions. Fourth, rent or share instead of buying. A practical way to live as if you own nothing is to rent or share items you rarely use. This approach is not only more affordable, but also more sustainable, reducing demand for new products and minimizing waste. For example, instead of buying costly tools for a single project, you can rent them from a tool library or borrow from a neighbor. The same applies to camping gear, party supplies, or even clothing for special occasions. Platforms like Rent the Runway allow you to rent designer clothing rather than purchasing, while peer-to-peer sharing apps let you borrow or rent items from others in your community. This collaborative consumption saves money, reduces home clutter, and fosters community by sharing resources with others rather than accumulating items that may only be used once or twice. Fifth, cut unnecessary subscriptions and expenses. One of modern life's overlooked aspects is the number of subscriptions we gather. Streaming services, gym memberships, magazines, and more. Many people forget about these subscriptions, leading to wasted money each month. Living as if you own nothing involves eliminating unneeded recurring expenses and streamlining finances. Start by reviewing bank statements and cancel any unused or unnecessary subscriptions. You may be surprised at the number of monthly charges you can eliminate. Additionally, consider consolidating services. For example, do you need multiple streaming services, or can you stick to just one? By cutting unnecessary expenses, you could save hundreds of dollars each year, which can be redirected towards savings, investments, or meaningful experiences aligned with your values and goals. Sixth, invest in quality, not quantity. While living as if you own nothing promotes minimalism, it's essential to invest in quality when making purchases. Rather than buying cheap, disposable items that need frequent replacement, opt for high-quality products that are durable. This approach might involve a higher initial cost, but it will save money in the long term. For example, instead of fast fashion that wears out quickly, invest in long-lasting, timeless clothing. The same applies to appliances, furniture, and even technology, by items known for longevity and reliability. This shift not only saves money, but also reduces the environmental impact of excessive consumption and waste. By focusing on quality over quantity, you'll need fewer items overall, freeing up more of your income for savings and investments. Finally, adopt a debt-free mentality. One of the most empowering aspects of living as if you own nothing is the chance to free yourself from debt. In a world with easily accessible credit, many people find themselves trapped in a cycle of spending and borrowing. Embracing a debt-free mentality enables you to escape this cycle and regain control over your finances. The first step is to avoid accumulating new debt. Limit credit card use for non-essential purchases and focus on paying off existing debt as quickly as possible. This may require short-term sacrifices, such as cutting back on discretionary spending or selling items you no longer need. Once you're free of debt, you'll gain greater flexibility and independence in your financial life. Without the weight of monthly debt payments, you can focus on building wealth, saving for the future, and enjoying life without the stress of financial obligations. Focus on long-term financial freedom. Living as if you own nothing isn't about deprivation. It's about giving priority to long-term financial freedom rather than short-term gratification. By reducing material possessions and focusing on meaningful experiences, you can shape a life that's rich in purpose and free from financial stress. This approach also lets you save and invest more of your income, bringing rewards in the future, whether you're saving for retirement, a home down payment, or a dream vacation. Living simply provides the financial flexibility to achieve these goals. Ultimately, living as if you own nothing is about crafting a life that escapes the limits of materialism. By concentrating on what truly matters, relationships, experiences, and personal growth, you can achieve financial independence and lead a more fulfilling life. Living like you own nothing doesn't mean sacrificing everything you enjoy. It's about simplifying your life, lowering financial stress, and focusing on what's genuinely important. By shifting your perspective, prioritizing experiences, and cutting unnecessary expenses, you can find more freedom and satisfaction in both your financial and personal life.